Welcome to City Life. I'm Beverly Thompson. We all know how tough it can be to find a good job. Now imagine trying to find steady work if you have a criminal background. The task can be daunting and disheartening. Here to talk about how the City of Durham is helping people with criminal backgrounds re-enter the workforce is Courtney McCollum and Darry Williams. Courtney is the ex-offender program coordinator with the city's Office of Economic and Workforce Development. Darry is a graduate of the Durham JobLink ex-offender program. Welcome and thank you both for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking time today.
Okay.
Courtney, I know finding a job is just tough in this economic climate. I can't imagine what it's like for people with criminal backgrounds. I bet you the task can really be disheartening and sometimes insurmountable. What are some of the challenges that are facing them?
Some of the challenges would be just as anyone else who's unemployed or underemployed. The challenges of being able to sustain stable housing and to also provide for their family. So just being in this population, the challenges are no different.
Okay, all right. So Darry, tell our viewers about some of the struggles that you faced.
It's like she said, you know, with employment, you want to secure your family, you want to secure homes, make investments and whatnot. Some of the things that I had issues with, with re-entering society was, you know, the fact that, you know, you just want to secure employment you want to do for your family. Another one of the things that I struggled with was a constant, you know, turn downs and no's.
Oh, yeah.
No's and no's back to back. But, you know, it's just one of the things you have to deal with, and you just have to be determined, you know, regardless of the no's, the letdowns. You have to be determined, you just have to continue to push forward. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So Courtney, why is it important to help people with criminal backgrounds re-enter the workforce and indeed the community?
Well, statistics say that a person who has a criminal background, when they receive employment, they are 3 times less likely to go back or revert to their old ways. And so if we find employment for this population, what we're going to do is we're going to decrease recidivism and also decrease crime in the Durham community. So it's just a plus for the community and also that individual.
Okay, so I know the City of Durham works real closely with the Durham JobLink Center to help people with those kinds of backgrounds prepare for a job search. So tell me some of the things that the program does to help people.
With the JobLink Center's ex-offender program, we provide individual case management to assist individuals in entering employment and or training. And so everyone that comes into our program is assisted by developing an independent or individual employment plan, which pretty much is a roadmap that says, this is where I am, this is where I'm trying to be, and how can I work through the kinks in the middle. And so that's what our case managers work with them to do in order for them to be productive and also find stable employment.
Do you do any things like workshops as well?
We definitely do workshops. We do pre-employment workshops, which will include resume writing, also how to answer the question about your criminal background in interviews. We also talk about how to sustain that job while you're employed, because of course, you know, sometimes we take things of time management, how to communicate with your supervisor for granted, but sometimes those things need to be taught again in those workshops that we have at the JobLink Center.
And you actually also help them find a job.
Yes, of course. That's our ultimate goal.
Okay. So Darry, how did the JobLink ex-offender program help you prepare and ultimately find a job?
One of the things it helped me with, well, a lot of the qualities I already had embedded in me, but with the program, you know, they help refresh those things, help bring them out, and like she said, you know, when you're out of work for such amount of time, you know, it's some of the things that you place less importance on that really need to have more importance on, some things you take for granted, and then also having Courtney as my advocate, you know, she's a very good woman and was, you know, at the right place in the right time, and she really put in work for me, so it really came together and worked good for me.
That's great.
Yes.
Courtney, tell our viewers what the eligibility requirements to participate in the program are.
With the JobLink ex-offender program, we look for people who are 18 years or older. They must reside in Durham County, Durham City. They had to have been recently released from prison in the last year or had a recent criminal conviction in the last 2 years. Now that's just for the JobLink ex-offender program, but there are other reentry programs within Durham that other individuals who don't fit the criteria may be referred to.
Okay, all right. So Darry, what advice would you give other people who might be watching watching the program about how to get help and how it helped you?
One of the things that I would strongly suggest, you have to really do a self-assessment, and regardless of the plans or whatnot, you have to have a made-up mind, because there are going to be letdowns, there are going to be no's, there are going to be decks stacked against you, but, you have to be determined, you have to be pressed forward. Have access to a computer, just be willing to make the necessary sacrifices. Like, I was fortunate, I had family support. Some people aren't that fortunate, whether it takes taking the city bus to the library, to access the internet, to find out these resources, and just really apply yourself. Just don't give up, don't take no for an answer. That's basically it.
All right. Darry, proud of you.
Thanks a lot.
That's great.
Thanks a lot.
You are someone who we all can look up to.
Yes,
and
ma'am. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So Courtney and Darry, thank you both for joining me right now. This has just been some great information, and congratulations
All
again.
right, thanks a lot.
Proud of you.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break now, but when we come back, we're going to talk more with Courtney about the Reentry Navigation Conference and Job Fair. That's a recent event held in Durham to help people with criminal backgrounds find employment. We'll be right back.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. Since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to City Life. We've been talking about the importance of helping people with criminal backgrounds find employment and how the city of Durham is doing just that. Joining me again is Courtney McCollum. Thanks, Courtney, for staying with me.
Thank you.
So, Courtney, last month the city of Durham and JobLink hosted a re-entry navigation conference and job fair, and that was designed specifically for people with criminal backgrounds. Tell our viewers a little bit about what took place.
The Reentry Navigation Conference was held on Monday, June the 10th. And at that event, we provided pre-employment assistance, also motivational speakers, and also some examples of inspirational success to individuals who attended the conference. At the conference, we had over 300 people attend, so that was a great crowd that came out to learn what kind of resources were available in the community at that time. The job fair was set up where we allowed each job seeker to have one-on-one private time with the employer. So they had 3 minutes to talk to the employer and pretty much sell themselves to each employer that was there. So we kind of copied the speed date kind of concept to give everyone that intimate time to kind of talk about what their experience is and why they would be best for that position.
Okay, all right. Well, DTV8 was there. We attended the Reentry Navigation Conference and Job Fair last month, and we spoke with several people who participated. This is what they had to say about their experience.
I faced a lot of challenges with being judged, being looked at as a wrong person or having done a wrong thing. And everyone in life has made a mistake. I made a big mistake, and I've learned from that mistake, and I've grown actually from it.
It's just a small field out there now with a few professionals involved, and the qualifications and skills that needed to be entered into that field. I was kind of behind, seeing as how some past issues brought me to correctional facilities rather than classrooms.
It's been very difficult for me to get a job with some of the things I have on my criminal record, but through JobLink, they've helped me quite a bit.
Being qualified for a job and not being hired because of a mistake you've made is, mostly.
While I was incarcerated, I did a job preparation class 1 through 8 at Wake Tech Community College. So I have a lot of experience in how I can find a job. So I thought this was a wonderful opportunity for me to come out and get a second chance at trying to get a job.
Right now, we're learning the employability. Some things I didn't know was about the 7% of visual is how they perceive you, rather than just verbal, having all your words together. I also learned about just being more organized and trying to be a better, more responsible person, rather than just coming in haphazard.
I learned about getting some sponge mitts, some things, legal stuff done, on my record. I've also learned that, there's a lot of people out here trying to help people in Durham to get jobs. That's ex-offenders.
I've learned to not take things like that for granted, that a lot of companies, don't care about your background.
About cover letters, resumes, why you should hire me, and basically giving your qualifications, what skills you have. The 60-second commercial.
I've learned that you can take your life and turn it around, and you can be successful in finding a job, and people do give you a second chance, thank goodness. And there's a lot of opportunities out there for you to have your own business or work for a very reputable company.
A hard worker in the field now, looking for environmental abatement. I've been working on that field for about 7 years now. I've got experience in small unit leadership thanks to the United States Marine Corps.
I have 6 years experience in my job field. I can take constructive criticism very well. I have excellent listening skills, and I'm very good with communication.
I've had people to work up under me. I'm responsible, reliable, and I don't complain. I get the job done.
I'm in construction and carpentry, and my last job I excelled very well, and they sent me to classes at Wake Tech.
I would like to be a customer service representative. I have 4 years experience. I am very dependable, very flexible, and I am trustworthy in doing my job to the best of my ability.
I just think this is just a great opportunity to help a lot of people get a better advance in life where we would not have had this opportunity otherwise. And I think it's going to pay off in great dividends for not only companies, but as you see, many of the individuals struggling to find employment opportunities after difficulties with the law enforcement.
I think this is a very great opportunity for ex-offenders, because this is a chance to let them know that they do have a second chance, and a lot of them don't know that, and they need to know. They need to get out here, get in this field, see what's available to them so that they know what their options are.
I really appreciate this program. It's really helping a lot of people in Durham, and the people are very kind. They go out their way to help you.
The reentry program is a great program to be in, but as far as everything else, stay out of trouble.
This is a wonderful conference. This is my first time ever being here or hearing about this, and I think that this is a great opportunity for people that have made mistakes in their lives and offenders, and make us look at what we did and know that we can turn it around. Things don't have to be the same, and they've shown us ways that we can put our mistakes in a positive light in order to take care of our family, take care of our households, and be productive members of society.
So Courtney, was the job fair a big success?
We definitely think that it was a success. We had employers who were willing to hire persons with criminal backgrounds and had current job openings at that moment. We are still doing follow-up to see how many actual hires that we actually got at the job fair, so that information will be shared with the public as soon as possible.
Okay, all right. Well, Courtney, we're going to take a quick break now, but when we come back, Courtney and a local human resources director are going to talk a little about the vital role that businesses play in helping people with criminal backgrounds get back on their feet. We'll be right back.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
Welcome back to City Life. We've been talking about the importance of helping people with criminal backgrounds find employment and how business owners can help. Joining me again is Courtney McCollum, as well as Janis Clark. Janis is a Human Resources Director for Measurement Incorporated. Welcome back, Courtney.
Thank you.
And welcome, Janis.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me. Courtney, a big piece of the puzzle in helping people with criminal backgrounds find employment is the willingness of businesses to actually get involved. How does JobLink work with businesses who are interested in actually participating in the program?
At the JobLink Center, what we do is we make sure that we match the skill set of the person or the individual to what the employer is looking for, because of course they're our customer as well. We also provide incentives for businesses that are willing to hire people with criminal backgrounds, such as work opportunity tax credit and federal bonding.
Okay, so those are some of the benefits that actually helps the company itself.
Definitely.
Wow, okay. Janis, I know your company has experience in hiring individuals with criminal backgrounds. As a HR professional, human resources professional, why is this decision supported?
Well, first of all, it's an area that I'm very concerned with, because I think that it's one of the areas that we need to give attention to with the ex-offenders or the persons with criminal background difficulties, because employment is so vital for their success. Because once they're released and out, they worked hard to get to this point, and oftentimes society is not as willing to give them a second chance or as forgiving of the crimes that they've committed. And I think that we should move forward as a community to help get these people back to work. It's easy for us because what we usually do, Courtney will give us a call and she'll tell me that she has a student or someone that's finished her program, and we like looking at agencies that bring us support, because it's not enough for us to give them a job. They need support to transition back into a productive life. So once they call or contact us and we have an opening, because we're very selective, and we should be, but if we have a job or opportunity, then we or the community or the resources that they come with, we're able to help them get back into the workforce. Also, this is an area in which if we can get them back to be productive, then I think that then it helps them as well, and then they are not apt to reoffend and return back, because oftentimes employment is the biggest piece, I think, for the success of them with their wraparound services.
Are there any particular kinds of jobs that you look to fill?
Well, in my career, I've worked in different industries, and I think that food services does an excellent job. I think that, they're also entrepreneurs, but, there are lots of jobs that are available, whatever is available, and because while they're incarcerated, oftentimes they're receiving training or certifications that when they are released and back into society, then they come to the table experience, with the experience, or have the requirements to become a productive employee.
So Janis, what is your human resources assessment of how people you've hired are actually doing at your company, and how have they benefited from working at your company?
Well, for me, I take this as a personal challenge because I have a passion for it. Usually if Courtney calls me or I receive a referral, I'll meet with that client. I'll meet with the applicant and talk with them and sit down and we'll talk about the background, where they are, what they want to do. And from there, I ask them a couple questions. Are you willing to be accountable, to doing this transition? They are often very loyal because they know that getting a job is not the easiest thing for them to do. So once they are given an opportunity, they are always at work. Most of the time they're very loyal, they're dedicated, they want to do a good job. And the ultimate goal for us, if we can get these people back to work as taxpayers to be productive, then we all benefit from that. So that's a plus.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, it is.
All the way around.
Definitely so.
Okay. I know during last month's Reentry Navigation Conference and Job Fair, DTV8 also spoke with several businesses who were hiring people with criminal backgrounds. This is what they had to say.
Well, we're participating because we actually need more fundraisers. We actually do political and nonprofit fundraising. We are a part-time permanent position. They can work anything from 16.5 to 39.9 hours a week. It's very flexible. They can work AM or PM shifts.
We have about 10 jobs available. We're looking for people. Usually this is our busiest time of the year, and we have a lot of openings. So we come every year, try to give everybody an opportunity to be introduced to the job fair.
Ex-offenders need jobs as well. It's certain type of offenses we can't hire people for, but we don't like the stereotype. Of course, dishonest crimes and felonies, we can't hire those individuals, but some people have misdemeanor, drug paraphernalia charges, simple assault, trespassing. They need employment as well, and that's what my company is here, is trying to make sure that people have gainful employment.
Our company looks at everybody. We believe in giving people a second chance. I think last year we came to a job fair and we hired, I guess, about 10 people out of the applications that we looked at, which was about 50. So we had pretty good success coming to the job fairs. I would say this is a great community event. You get to know other companies, you get to know who's in the community, their skill set, their levels, and I think that it's a great opportunity for businesses to come out and check out, see who's here, and give the opportunities that they have to the people who are looking for jobs.
Give a person a chance. Some of the best people are ex-offenders, and they need that chance.
So Janis, what would you say to other businesses that are a little apprehensive about hiring people with criminal backgrounds?
It's fuzzy at first, and I know it's a little difficult because most employers are concerned about providing a safe environment for employees, everyone. Mm-hmm. But usually, it's important to understand that just because you hire someone with a criminal background doesn't mean that you're at risk. Number one. The other thing is that get involved and find out, if that person comes to you for a job, there's a resource team behind them. Utilize that team. The other thing is that I often find that they are very engaged, they are willing to work, they're willing, and they are grateful for the opportunity. Utilize Courtney and her services, or any service that they come from, and I find that once they're back and being productive, that they're happy, value-added employees within the workplace, and I think that they're worthy of an opportunity.
All right. Okay. So Courtney, for our viewers watching now, if they want more information about the JobLink program, who do they contact?
They can definitely contact me. I am located at the JobLink Center on Briggs Avenue. Okay. And I hope that my information will be shared as well. Also, just want to say that the JobLink embraces this program, and we are looking for all the success that it brings to job seekers and also employers as well. With that program, all the incentives that we offer that I talked about earlier, also added work opportunity, tax credit, federal bonding, but in conjunction with that, we also may be able to provide work experience that we may be able to subsidize their employment for X number of months, in which we helped Darry do, where the employer came with the need, but was a little on the fence on if they wanted to hire that particular person because of his barrier. And we kind of presented them with the option of work experience, where we were saying, we believe in Darry, and we're willing to put funding on the line so that we can show you that he is an added value to your employer or your employment. And he's still there today.
Great.
And so he's pretty much proved himself. And we're willing to do that with other businesses as well.
And how long was he on the job?
He's been on the job for about 9 months now.
9 months, great. Okay. Or are there any closing thoughts either of you would like to share?
I think this is a good opportunity. I think it's good for the community to get involved and to help all of our applicants.
Great.
Thank you.
And Courtney?
Just as the City of Durham says, great things happen in Durham, and the City of Durham and the JobLink Center is here to help that happen. So we're excited about it, and we hope to get other businesses on board as well.
Great. Thank you guys so much for all this important, timely, and wonderful information for people who need jobs in general. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Well, that does it for City Life. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can also find us on demand on DTV8's webpage and on YouTube. I'm Beverly Thompson. Thank you for joining me to learn more about City Life in Durham.